What's up guys, it's me, Pez Flips. And we're not using the full camera today just because I just took a shower, my hair's wet, and I have to wear a hat to like mount the thing on, and I didn't want to do that. So we're inside with the phone. But today is an update day. Today is just stuff I wanted to talk about. And I feel like the special reward for those of you who do watch this video is that you will have first dibs at being able to grab some of the knives that are in my collection. And you know, the reason that that's happening is something that I will talk about later, but kind of to just get the ball rolling. This guy has already been predetermined to go to a happy home, but let's talk about him first. With this guy, this is obviously my arm shark handles, the original ones without the jeweling, and then the Bali plus Tsunami blade on this guy. And an interesting relationship with this knife is that I have had at least the handles for almost a majority of my time flipping. When I first started flipping, I had, you know, you see the Tsunami, and the design language of the Tsunami I think is so clean, and it's like a design that just makes sense. Like the way it looks is it's elegant, understated, but still like a really powerful design. And it happened to flip good too. But obviously I wasn't a big fan of the trainer, so then actually I had gotten the Hydra blade. It's somewhere in my collection, somewhere deep within the alleyways of my box storage. But yeah, like I had the Hydra, and honestly it sounded really good because I would put extra washers, kind of like spacers, in the channel here, so it gave it a very different sound. But anyways, I ended up getting a Bali plus V4 Nami, which is back in production. I don't know when they're going to be released, but with that guy, the Zen pins were a little loose, so it just wasn't bouncy, you know? And with that, I was a little disappointed. Eventually, you know, I got around to the idea that this guy would be my beater, you know, because it is titanium. I never really had a titanium knife that was, you know, a beater. And while I did have another titanium Tsunami that was made by the one that was on floating washers, which was a big pain. So anyways, I finally got the Tsunami, and it turned out that they fit and that this thing flipped really well. And yeah, I loved how bouncy it was. Obviously this blade is not exactly the highest quality, so when I was tuning originally, I ended up burning through the first pair of bushings because the blade is somewhat uneven with its machining. So I was trying to tune really tight to like the, I don't know, 1000 or whatever. And that ended up being too tight. So then this guy was, you know, unable to flip. But eventually I was able to get a good tune on it, and yeah, it still remained one of like the longest standing items in my collection, and I've really enjoyed my time with it. But you know, I have come to have different preferences that are unique to myself, and that includes having knives that I feel like are rare to me, and this definitely is rare, but I just don't end up flipping it that often. There's other knives that I think, for me personally, I have more of a enjoyment with flipping, just because there are certain qualities that this thing doesn't have. Like one of them being like, I'm a real big fan of tapered handles, and this guy just doesn't have that. But yeah, I have made a big purchase, and that purchase is my next grail. So because I'm buying another grail, you know, I am going to downsize my collection, which brings me to the next item. So it's sad to see this guy go, but it's going to a good place. The next thing, which I haven't sold exactly, but I had somebody talk to me about being interested in it, is the Gaboon. Now, I really like the Gaboon, don't get me wrong. I think with this one, it's simply just like, I can't be bothered to tune. And because I wanted to downsize my collection already, when I ended up, I can't remember, yeah, when I ended up selling the Wraith, I'd gotten cash plus the trade, and I'd gotten a really good deal. So then I had this guy, as well as the other thing that I'm selling. And yeah, this guy, it's a really good flipper, and it comes with both sets of handles. But the issue is, yeah, just the tune. Like, I came with an undersized bushing, and the dude gave me a bunch of spare hardware, and I'm pretty sure every single one of them is undersized. So that's the problem with it. It flips really fun. I don't think it's like, it can be a competitive flipper, but it has to be like your main, just because its balance point is very unique, with it being A, so light, and B, being somewhat weird with like this handle, like this design. It like lacks tip weight here, but then it has tip weight there, so you just feel it a little different on the fan. The thing that saved it for me was the spacers. The spacers are the additional bushings, and because of that, it took a lot of weight out of the handles, which I think really made this guy a much more enjoyable flipper. The stock spacers are fine, but I feel like they kind of make it somewhat awkward because all of the weight is in the ends, and I didn't personally care for it. But this guy, like, man, I really do love flipping it, but like I said, I want to approach having a collection where I only have like 3 knives, because I think I flip better when I don't have a big collection, and then I don't feel guilty about having a bunch of stuff. So in regards to how much I'm thinking for this guy, it comes with a bunch of extra hardware and 2 sets of handles. I'll probably end up selling the handles with it too. I was originally thinking about not doing that, but no, I'm going to. I'll probably sell this guy for like 300, maybe 310, with all the extra stuff, just because it is a lot of hardware. And you know, if I ever do end up having somebody bite on it, yeah, just DM me on Instagram at Pez Perez, and or like, you know, here, and we can figure it out. But yeah, this is something that I do want to get rid of. And then moving on, I have a lovely balis stand here. The same issue persists with this guy, which I'm actually really sad about too, because it flips actually really good, and I think that the weight system of it is offers a lot. But this is the Ion, and honestly, I think that the Ion is something that in the future I might end up picking up again, because this kukri blade is actually insane. Like, this thing flips. You can just see how comfortable I am already with the flipping on this guy. It just, it's grippy, light, but the tune is really bad. It's got that undersized bushing. I made a video about this because I was a little upset with how I ended up getting it, but that one had to go. That video had to be deleted. But with this guy, it's just simply another case of I don't want to have to buy new hardware for it. But yeah, you don't see these a lot, but man, I don't know, just flipping it right now too. It's sad, but I'm getting other stuff that I need those funds for. And that's just the reality of fiscal responsibility, is that even though something might be nice, you know, money is money, and it doesn't grow on trees. It's gained by selling your old ballad songs. But yeah, this guy is really good, but it has one undersized bushing, and when it's tuned, I've heard them tuned, they sound really good. However, this guy isn't that one, so I want to say they retail like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but like $350 or something like that, and I'm probably only gonna sell this for like $3 as well. I think I paid $350. So yeah, like, you're getting like $50 off for having to basically just swap the hardware. But if you ever talk to Frank and Forge, yeah, he'll send you the dimensions on TrueLink, and you can buy them right there. So if that's an issue with buying hardware, I can also dig through my DMs and find the old link to where you need to go for it. But yeah, this guy is really good. Comes with the original box as well, and additional brass weights that go into the end here that do change the balance. But I made a video talking about kukri blades. I do think that kukri blades flip surprisingly good, especially with this one having more of an organic shape. It just flows really well. So yeah, I think maybe this guy could benefit from like 2 more pins on the bottom, but it still flips really good as it is, and it's very light. That's the next one. Okay, here's a big one. This light. I don't know if I'm actually gonna sell this light, but this light is something that is kind of torn between either this or the aluminum Cygnus, and I do really like both of them, but they are very different. You know, even flipping it right now, it's like, can I really get away with it? Just because this is so rare. I don't know. We're thinking about it in real time right now. I think maybe shoot me with an offer with this guy, but don't expect it to hit. Just because I'm not entirely dead set on selling it, but yeah. Why am I selling all this stuff? Like I said, I am getting a grail. There's some other ones here. You can get this shitty guy. It flips well, but it needs to be tuned. It's just a bunch of random parts. $15. You can take this for $10 or $5 plus shipping. I like the Kraken, but yeah, I don't need it anymore. That's a clone, by the way. Don't get your expectations too high. But yeah, why am I selling all these knives? Well, like I said, I'm buying a grail. What grail is that? Well, it is an Aeon. Yep, it's a very expensive knife. So now it kind of makes a little bit more sense. And not only is it an expensive knife, but it's also a very custom knife. Obviously, it hasn't really been made yet, but I have been in the DMs with Andrew Myers talking about how I want mine to look. And I'm balling out, dude. I'm getting a custom blade with a custom ano and lasering texturing. And that's because with a knife like that, and I'll talk more about it when I do get the knife itself, with a knife like that, its value comes from the fact that you are getting that mod work from one of the best in the business, and that because of how it is designed to be so moddable, you can have it be really unique. And that's where the value comes from it, in my opinion, is that you can get a one-of-a-kind knife. And I've always been allured to rare knives that, you know, are more personal. And that's why I've been a big fan of modding and stuff like that, especially if you're doing it yourself. But in this case, I'm just outsourcing it to a goat. But, you know, like not a literal one. But, yeah, I'm really excited. I'll probably make a post showing some of the concept work of what I was thinking. So just, I don't know, check around in your sub box for that or something. But, yeah, that's what I'm planning on getting. And I did the pre-order, so they said lead time was about 1 to 2 months. So I'm expecting probably next month or something like that to be getting that guy. But I want to basically downsize my collection more, get that guy, and have, you know, just a couple of balis that I flip around. Because ultimately, yeah, I am of the belief that having more balis, for me, for a guy who wants to improve at flipping, you know, it's not helping me. It's not helping me, and it makes it harder to learn tricks. It's more fun, sure. I do like picking up knives here and there, but ultimately, I ask myself, which knives do I think are the most unique in their balance point, and that I actually do want to flip, and I don't have to really worry about. And that's like, when I think about the Slight, I think like it's a unique enough balance and design, and its rarity. Like, those items make me want to keep it. The same thing with the aluminum Cygnus, is that it's also like this rare, not often used knife, or at least seen, and that's why I want to keep it. And these other ones, I actually do like all of them. Like, I've been very particular about my collection, about keeping the ones that I think actually flip good. And all of those that I listed, I do think flip really good. All for different reasons, but yeah. You know, you guys are the ones who watch the video, so I always try to do the YouTube video first when I am going to sell stuff. So yeah, just reach out to me on Instagram at PezPerez. Tell me, hey dude, I want to steal from you by paying you money to take something, and we'll work it out. But yeah, that's some exciting news. You finally know, it's been confirmed, the Aeon will be mine in the future, and I'm really excited to see what it ends up turning out to be. But anyways, it's been Pez Flips, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Drink some water and have a good poop.